previous videos, we looked at Start11, a program that gives you an alternative start menu for Windows 11. Today we'll be looking at StartAllBack for Windows 11. As you can see the list of features here: improved taskbar, restoring the Explorer UI, improved context menus, appearance, and so forth. We'll go ahead and download the latest version. You can also install this via Winget. And you can purchase a license key. You have a 30-day trial. After that, you'll need to enter a license key. The price for one PC is $4.99, the same price as Start11. And for two PCs, $8.99. Once downloaded, we'll go ahead and install. Currently, my start menu is set to the left. And while I like it, the way it looks, it's kind of rigid. You really can't move things around or customize how this interface looks. So that's why we'll install StartAllBack. I'll install for myself. And upon installation, we get this window which gives us customization options. But before we jump into these options, let's take a look at our start menu now. You see, it looks pretty much like the Windows 7 start menu, where our main programs are here. We have shortcuts for various folders and our all programs. If we right click in the menu here and say properties, it will bring up this window. So I'll right click, go to properties, and it brings up our StartAllBack options. We can choose which theme we want. By default, it uses the proper 11, which is this. Kinda 10 looks like this, with contrasting backgrounds. And remaster 7, which looks like this. And notice that the start button has also changed. I'll choose the proper 11. Now let's take a look at our start menu options. Here we can choose whether we want large icons for all programs. And we see we have now large icons instead of a little list. We can display flyout menus like in Windows XP style. And as you can see, our menus is looking pretty much like in Windows XP. I'll turn that off. We can override sort order, highlight newly installed programs. We have that checked. And some search options, searching all programs and settings. And whether we want to search public folders. We can also choose to display the user account picture or not. We scroll down here, we can see how we can set how we want to display our shortcuts on the right side here. So for example, my profile folder, I can choose not to display it as a link, which is the default, or display it as a menu. As a link, it will open, when you click on it, it will just open the folder, like so. If you set it as a menu, now it's a menu where you can click through all the folders in that profile folder. I like to have these shortcuts as a list or link. And you can customize all of these and display things like network, for example. If you want the network link, and we see the network. So you can go ahead and customize this. You can also add custom folders. So let me just, for example, just create a new simple folder on my desktop. I'll just call it stuff. And I'll go ahead and add that folder. Say select folder. We'll hit OK. And now we have stuff here. We open it, click it, it opens that folder. So that's pretty nice. I'll go ahead, I don't need that, so I'll take that off. You may also toggle on and off the StartAllBack by checking this. and it will revert back to your proper Windows 11 start menu. Under taskbar settings, we can customize how the taskbar looks. We can use the default plain 8, which makes it look like the Windows 8 taskbar, and the Windows 7. You can also change the icon size with these. So if you want larger icons or extra large icons, it's pretty nice. You can also set the margins on these icons. You can choose the button, and if you don't like any of these buttons, you can also choose to customize by adding a custom PNG image or whatever. Here under tweak behaviors and superpowers, you can choose to customize the taskbar further by centering the taskbar or changing it back to the left side, making it transparent, and dividing the taskbar into segments as such. And if you center this, you essentially have a dock, which is in the center, the start button placed on the left, and your system icons. You also have quick links to opening the taskbar settings and the notification area icons. This too can be toggled on and off. Under Explorer settings, you can choose to bring back the ribbon and the command bar. This is probably one of my favorite features of this program, because one of the things I like to do is open a new window from the menu here, and I can't do that in Windows 11 with the new Explorer. But if I choose the Windows 10 ribbon UI, we'll close this and open a window back up. Notice now we have the Windows 10 Explorer, the ribbon, and this is what I'm talking about. Here I can now have the button to reopen a new window. So this brings back basically the Windows 10 Explorer window, if you're used to that and want that back. You can also do the Windows 7 command bar. Close this and reopen it, and we have a Windows 7 style Explorer. And here you can choose whether you want the Mica effect on the top, whether you want the classic search box, and the details pane. I'll show you what that looks like. It brings up the details pane at the bottom here, where you can click on an item and it gives you information. Under advanced settings, you can customize the color of the start menu in the taskbar. I checked this, and right now it's using my theme color, but I wanted to change the color to say blue. You see that we now have a blue menu. We can also have effects here such as acrylic, blur, or clear, and we can adjust the opacity here and see what that looks like. We can do the same thing for the taskbar, and we see the taskbar also changes color. Might want to adjust it, so forth. You can also choose to store and display recently opened programs or clear the list. Same with recently opened items, and whether we want to use the new font for the classic UI. You can also set the number of items in the jump list. By default it's set to 10, and the option to disable StartAllBack for the current user. And as usual, you can right click on a program and add to start menu or pin to start menu. Now the one thing I don't like with this program is when you do add a program to the start menu like this, it adds this trailing 2 in parentheses here. Not quite sure why it does that. And when you try to right click and rename this shortcut, for example, if I just want it to be Brave, we get a message, this conflict message, because we already have a Brave link. So if this is going to annoy you, what you will need to do is open this path. And I'll have a link in the description below. But this is basically the start menu area in Windows 11. And what you'll need to do, let me just remove this, unpin it. And from here, what you will need to do is simply remove the icon from the folder and then right click and pin to start menu. And we have it here without that trailing 2. And the same would have to be done for any program that you want pinned with the proper name. Hopefully this gets fixed in an update.